Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear. Oh no, he's hot!
Hi there YouTube, DiamondFlame45 here with another anime figure review and unboxing video. So y'all, actually finished Dragon Con a while back and I feel fully rested, especially after my first Dragon Con experience. Like y'all, it was a blast. Sure, there's a lot of walking involved, but I felt very invigorated and fun. Heck, my 32-year-old ass went to all the raves, and honestly those raves are really fun, y'all. Like, they technically should call them afters because they were hosted like around 3 o'clock in the morning, and my old ass still ended up going through them. It was a blast. Surprisingly, I didn't really check out the vendor or the artist halls because they were surprisingly packed to get in because there were lines extending inside the building. But I did have fun. I cosplayed a bit and I went to like the photo shoots. It was fun, but enough of my Dragon Con experience. You guys are more interested in figures, right? So let's talk about one. And it's actually a male cast-off figure. And you know, in this hobby, it's very rare for us to get male figures of any kind, let alone cast-off ones. But he caught my attention, and there's something very artistically beautiful about this figure, and you'll see what I mean. But the figure is beautiful in its own artistic way, but you'll see what I mean once we start reviewing. So without further ado, let's get started. But before we start, if you guys have been enjoying my content, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be notified for future content and updates. So without further ado, let's get started. So the figure in question that they'll be reviewing, y'all, is this beautiful male artistic beauty. And the figure in question is Slow Damage Towa Skytube 16 Yuketsu version by Alphamax. And y'all, I do like how aesthetically pleasing the box is. I love the splashes of red and black. Kind of makes it look like blood in a way, but it's done very artistically. And the box is surprisingly big. And by the way, I don't know anything about the series. I am familiar that nitroplus made the series, and they're the people that made Supersonico, Sayano Uta, and Dramatical Murder. Like, at first I thought this figure was an OBA because when I was in college, Dramatical Murder was pretty big around 2014. But without further ado, let's unbox him. And here he is out of his box, y'all. And he comes with a lot of parts because, y'all, this figure wasn't cheap. This figure, I want to say, cost me around 270 bucks because I had to take someone's pre-order. But so far, he's looking pretty cool, y'all. Like, I'm glad that manufacturers are going with more male figures now. Like, even if they're cast-off, I just wish they would make more muscular men, because I'm more into muscular guys. I'm not really into twinks like him, but hey, I got him because hopefully by buying him, it'll tell manufacturers like, hey, make more sexy male figures that aren't twinks. So let's get to it. And here is Towa out of his packaging, y'all. And honestly, he wasn't very difficult to remove out of his packaging. Pretty straightforward. And here are the parts he comes with. So he comes with the body himself, but from the front, he kind of looks like those Ken dolls. If you know, you know. And he comes with 2 face plates, 2 parts of his robe, the rod that holds his IV drips, and you can actually adjust it a little bit, which is, I think, is pretty cool. His little IV drips, the white one and the red one, his base, which is actually nice. It has like a soft texture to it. And of course, he comes with 2. One of them is flaccid and the other one's erect. So they're right here if I can show you guys that. And remember, this is a Christian anime figure review channel. I won't partake in such blasphemy. And if you guys are curious, the rugs match the curtains. And he comes with 2 set of instructions, and unfortunately, they're not in English, they're in full Japanese, but they're infographics, so hopefully the assembly process will be too difficult. And I'm just very impressed by the amount of accessories he comes with, as well as like the quality of how his parts feel, because they feel very nice, y'all. Anyway, y'all, so hopefully assembling him won't be too difficult. From my experience, assembly cast-off figures tend to be very easy because I guess the quality control is better. Like, even when I removed all the extra cloth on him, it was very easy to detach. It kind of felt like how I was assembling and removing the packaging for Sweet Toxic E right there in the back. So hopefully it'll be the same for him. So yeah, without further ado, let's assemble this sexy slow damage husbando. And here is Towa fully assembled. And y'all, his assembly process wasn't difficult. In fact, it was pretty straightforward. My only gripe about this figure was that his right arm, you kind of have to angle it a little bit so you can attach his rope, because the instructions, the way they showed it, you just simply insert it, but it doesn't work the way. You kind of have to angle it. But once you do that, the rope extends to the left arm and it fits right in nicely. But the thing you have to watch out for this figure, the bottom bottom part of his robe attaches fine, but the top part, it kind of comes up a little bit, but you can apply a little bit of pressure, put it in, but just be prepared, it's not gonna insert all the way from the top side, but it still looks good nonetheless the way I have it. But yeah, y'all, what can I say about this figure? Like, he's a very pretty and beautiful figure, which is kind of weird to say because I'm not really into twins. And also the material for this figure is pretty graphic because he's injured and he's in medical attire. But that's enough of my insights and spiel, so without further ado, let's review this handsome Baichonin twin. So from the back, y'all, what I'm very impressed about this figure is that his hair is very sharply sculpted. I remember reading on the comments that some people said that his hair looked kind of cheap because it looked very rounded, but up close, y'all, like his hair is very well sculpted and sharp. And I do like how his hair transitions from like a solid brownish matte paint to a more subtle reddish paint at the tips. It's very beautiful. It's like a very somber and gruesome aesthetic because it's dark and then it transitions to like a red and you associate red with blood. I guess that's the aesthetic they're going with this figure and it works. And as we move towards the back, y'all, I do like how his bandages around his neck get draped around his shoulders. They kind of accentuate how toned his body is despite being a little bit frail. And I do like that sculpt on his back muscles. They're very nice and toned, and I do like the scars behind them. It looks pretty cool. Like, I know it's like a gruesome figure, but there's something so beautiful and artistic about this figure that I find very appealing. Very nice. And I do like how well sculpted and shaded his medical robe is. You see nice shading between the creases and ruffles of the robe. And I do like how his bandages are attached to his body. There's subtle hints of blood to show that he's damaged. It's a very beautiful figure, y'all, in a weird, somber, macabre kind of way. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's interesting. And I think these ivy things are made out of a translucent material, but it's very well made. And I like how fine and toned his arms are from the back. But what can I say, y'all? From the back, he's a very well sculpted and defined figure with very beautiful but somber details. It's a little bit dark, but it's also beautiful at the same time, despite how damaged he is with all his injuries. Very nice. Very well toned figure too. He might be a twink, but he has muscle tone to him. Very nice. So now that we looked at him from the back, let us move our way towards the front, y'all, because that's where all the juicy details are gonna be, right? From the front, y'all, you see that same sharp sculptness of his hair like you did in the back. But the thing I like about it, though, there's also a nice sense of disheveledness to it. Like, he's a little bit scruffy, but the hair bangs are very sharp and sculpted. You see that same beautiful transition of solid brown matte paint to a more reddish amber paint at the tips of his hair bangs. Like I said, kind of emphasizes that element of blood on this figure. It's very nice. And y'all, as you move towards his face, I just love how beautiful his face is. I love that expression of him side-eyeing you. It's very captivating and sexy. And he also comes with two extra expressions. He comes with a somber expression as his default faceplate with bandages on his face, but he comes with two other extra face plates. Like, one of them looks very confident and cheeky, like he's smiling, and the other expression, it looks very feminine in the sense that he's looking at you with closed eyes. It's like saying like, oh yeah, I'm hot, look at me, kind of thing. Like, I'll put the picture on the video so you can understand what I mean. But he comes with three expressions, and I think that's what I kind of like about these 1/6 cast-off figures, because even though they're a little bit expensive, they come with a lot of accessories, so you have a lot of variety with how to display Towa. So very beautiful face expressions. But yeah, and as we move towards the bottom of his body, y'all, I do love how the bandages around his body, like, he's such a scarred figure, but something very beautiful and attractive about it though. Like, maybe there's like an element to this figure that's like, there's beauty and pain. I know it seems kind of out there, but this is what this figure kind of embodies to me. And despite that, he has a very toned definition. Like, you see the toneness of his torso and abs and his oblique, very beautiful. And as you move towards the bottom, yo, like, his robe is a solid matte gray color from the front, but you see some splashes of blood. You can also see the toneness of his body accentuated by the fact that his robe, even though it's a little bit big, it still hugs his body in a very sensual way over his thighs and arms, like, very sexy. And in terms of his base was actually very surprising for me, because his base is actually this fluffy white fur base. But I do like the appeal of, it's very nice to the feel and touch, but I think they should have gone more with like the hospital floor aesthetic, so that will match with the figure more. But yeah, y'all, what can I say about this figure? He's very beautiful. Like, I keep saying this, I'm not really into twinks, but something about this figure is like so artistic and beautiful that it's very hard to find in figures these days. But this figure is actually a work of art for what it represents. Like, there's beauty and pain, but despite that, y'all, like, he's a very well sculpted figure. Like, the toneness of his body, like that beautifully sharply sculpted but disheveled hair, those beautiful facial looks precious, but he comes with a lot of accessories, y'all, and so many details surrounding his body and what he comes with. It's like, I can understand why this figure comes with a hefty price point. And actually, I'm glad that we have more figure manufacturers making more sexy or suggestive male figures. They do exist, but they're resins and they're expensive. Like, man, y'all, like, let me tell you a quick story. Like, there was this really hot Gojo resin statue that was 1/6. He's the one wearing the jock strap. Like, I wanted to get him, but the manufacturer ended up canceling that because of some censorship laws or something. But I guess it was for the better because those tariffs are being enforced on the United States. So maybe they did me a favor by not getting the Gojo statue. But you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, y'all, I highly recommend this beautiful somber Towa into your collection because he's such a very well-made figure. Like, he's very sharply sculpted. I just like how even the elements surrounding his body, like, just denote pain and blood. Like, it's a very Halloween-esque coded figure, but it's also a very artistic figure as well. It's like, it's so beautiful. It's like, there's beauty in pain. And even if you're not into that, like, having a male figure into your collection, especially that's a cast-up, like, it's a novelty in this hobby because most manufacturers wouldn't touch male figures with like a 10-foot pole. They mostly make waifus, right? But very beautiful figure, very well made. Love these beautiful details surrounding his body, like the bandages, like how his robe hugs his body. Like, very excellent figure, very beautiful. Highly recommend him, hands down. So now that we reviewed Towa, let's end the video so I can give you my final remarks. But before I do, let me get his nurse, Sweet Toxic Eve, next to him because I think they look good together. And there you have it, y'all. That was Alphamax's Towa anime figure review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, as you guys can tell, I actually put Sweet Toxic Eve next to him because I think they look very good together because now I think about it, they're both 1/6 scale, which is nice. Like, they're a very good looking pair. So I'm very grateful to have them in my collection. And I hope more Japanese manufacturers continue making more male figures, especially sexy ones, because there's a market for that. Heck, like, I got him, like, and I'm not really into twigs like that, y'all. I think he's very pretty and hot in a artistic kind of way. If you can find him in the aftermarket right now at retail price, I would get him because I know he's kind of hard to find now. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm just kind of rambling right now. So like I said, a lot has been going on recently with the state of the world. Like, I also came back from a convention, like trying to get back to the groove of things because I do enjoy making content. Heck, I still plan to make videos even though some of the figures I'm already getting from Guston Company are going to be tariffed. So please watch those videos so then maybe one day I can get monetized on this YouTube channel so I can subsidize those tariffs costs, right? But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.